So hopefully this stream is now live, and hopefully you can hear me and you can see me as I talk about my latest build that I am going to be starting tonight on this live stream. If you can hear me, could you just put something in the comments? That will be fantastic. That will be all good. Ah, there's my voice. I can hear my voice. Brilliant. Cool. There we are. Brilliant. Now all I just need to do now is try and find out how I can read the comments as I'm building this kit. I wonder if I can pop on here and turn down the volume so I can see the chat. We've got 5 people watching. Good evening. Hi, Scale Modelling Kits. How are you? Sound and screen is great. Thank you very much. Bit of investment needed to set this up, I tell you. Oh, how is everyone? Hope everything is good for you. Just put up a video today of another vintage kit that I've acquired. I'm going to do a few more vintage kits because I'm actually enjoying seeing, when you see these old kits from back from the 60s and you realise that they're still being produced now, okay, with different box art, different decals. It's amazing, isn't it, that these kits still keep going strong. And which kindly brings me on to this Nova kit, because as you know, this kit is an original tooling from Frog. As you know, the history that Frog kind of went under, and a lot of the kits ended up in Russia. And so from Russia, Novo were doing these kits, and then they kind of went squit, and then now you see that the tooling has ended up with other model manufacturers like Arc Models, which I do have an Arc Models kit here on my side bench, which is another kit that I would love to produce. So you can see, it's very, you can just see that, even the numbers, Frog kits start with a number F, F152, and here you've got F247. So the original Frog number would be F247. Yes, I'm really good, thank you, Scale Model Kits, and yeah, just trying out a new way of helping the community of model kit builders. And if you're bored and you just fancy watching me as I open up this kit and just start building it, I've had some real thoughts about this because I'm just trying to think. As I said, it was for the group build, and I just wanted to do something a little bit vintage. The group build title is Over the White Cliffs of Dover. It's one that I was thinking about when I was asked what sort of group build would be a good idea, and I thought anything that was allied that went over the White Cliffs of Dover into occupied territory during World War II, and I think this kit sums it up really nicely. So we'll open up the box, and it's so basic in here. It really is. I'm not going to bother with the pilots. And there you go. There's all the bits there. I'll put that box here on the side so I know everything is. You can even see that the it's now, I think that's right, made in the USSR. So yeah, this. Hi Jamie, nice to see you. So these are the instructions. Quite simple, really, and hopefully I just put this up here out the way. And really we need to find out which bits I need. So obviously that's number 2 are the seats. Number 3, you can see the 3 in the panel line there. I'm going to need that. I also need my sprue cutters, which I have over on my other bench. So let's start this little kit going. Right, there you go, there's one, and then we need the seats. I think the seats are pretty much there and there, which is cool. I'll put the rest back in the box so everything's all in one place. There's a lot of clear sprue on this one, which will be interesting. So let's start off. Let's get me my little sand stick, just give it a little clean up the edges. Scale model kits, yeah, always, well, to be fair, if you do a Revel kit, you've probably done a vintage kit by what I've seen so far. But yeah, you know, a lot of kits, you know, you go on Scale Mates like I do and do to vintageairfix.com, tells you all about it there. They are really insightful websites to visit. You're doing Airfix 172 C47, very nice. And have you done it already, have you, Jamie? What did you do, Jamie? What was your group build? I'll have to have a look in the chat. I'll have to check it out and have a look. So, get a bit of a clean up. It's good. The seats don't need a clean up, I don't think. There's a little bit there. You love Revel, do you? Scale modelling kits? I'm actually going to call you SMK from now on because it's quicker than saying scale modelling kits. So if I say SMK, it's scale model kits. Let's get that done. Going by the size, I think the different size of the hose mean that the seats will fit differently. Nasty cough. Right, let's make sure that's in line. I'll swap them around actually. I'm going to put that one in there. Seems to be a bit of a better fit. That one's in there. Make sure he's in. Cool. Place that one in the front. Look at that. Perfect. Oh, Matt's for Model Minutes is on watching me build a kit. I think we're hopefully going to collaborate with that man soon and do a joint build. Would you look at that? I've just broken it off. Get in there. There we go. He's in. So there's the two seats. Make sure they're in line. That's good. And a little drop of Tamiya around the edge. Just to weld that in. Oh, yeah, Matt, I saw your interesting announcement that you're going to take a break for a few weeks, which is good to see time with family and everything else. It's all good, mate. I think everyone appreciates that as you do work away from home. So got some Matte 78 there. Leave that on the side. So this is where we have to start is that there's two doors. Are they both 19 and 18? That's 9. They're both 19, are they? So you have two doors, which is quite a bit of flash in here. The first door, snip through that flash there, I think. Doo-doo. So let's have a look at this then. It's you can see there's a little bit of flash on the end there, so we'll use a bit of a coarser grit on this one and just try and clean that up a little bit underneath. Make sure it's all nice and flat. That's looking a bit better now, isn't it? Clean that up around the edge. There's a little bit of over, just so you can see that. There's a little bit, just rubs off with just a couple of. Let the I always find, and I've said this a few times, I always make sure that you let the paper, let the sand stick do the work. And unfortunately, I'm going to have to somehow look at those doors, because that is the hole in for the window is not really round, is it? Hi, Mr. Ravenscroft. 10 out of 10, was it? Yeah, that Dornier is incredible, isn't it? Just seeing it from back then, and it was it you know, they did well back in the day, and it, you know, if a tooling is looking that good back then, hopefully that it will outlast while they re-release it. Some tools are just terrible, aren't they? Once, you know, once they've reached past it. I know a lot of these frog ones ended up being left out in the rain, and they rusted, and the companies like the Ukrainians and the Russians who had to rebuild them had to spend a long time cleaning them up. And so you can see where the flash is because the actual kit didn't quite survive the rust. They had to clean out all the rust and everything, so some of it is a little bit sadly worn. So there's those bits there. Let's get the knife out here. Oh, wrong knife. There it is. Just gently twist. Just try and make the hole correct. That's not too bad, to be honest. Don't suppose they were perfect hoes anyway. They only used once, weren't they? These were towed on the back of Spitfires and bombers over on D-Day just to get as many soldiers there. There is one actually in France that's been rebuilt. Look up at the chat here. SMK, I need to do a simple Mojo build, to be honest. I have at least I have the Revel British Legends gift set in my stash, so I could do the Spitfire because it's only got 37 pieces. Just to get your Mojo back, 37 pieces, crumbs. There's that little one there. Need a little one. God, they're so small. Oh, they slot in absolutely lovely. Look at that. Absolutely lovely. Can you see that? Whoops. I've thrown it around everywhere. Look how nice that is. Just slots in there. It's like it's flush as well. It's proper flush. I'm quite impressed with that. Then let's try and get this little one in. think it needs a little bit more work. Let's go from this way. Try and carefully. I'm hoping that I won't have to glue these in, that they will just stay in position. Oh, look at that, straight in. Perfect. Let's come out again. Maybe just the tiniest amount of cement to keep it in. Just the tiniest amount. If I drop a little bit in there, so it hopefully doesn't fog it up too much. There you go. There's the first one done. So these are really tiny. No Hotspurs were used in combat. I never knew that. I thought they were. I thought the gliders were used in D-Day. Hi Kieran, how are you? Just the tiniest bit of, whoops, you swine. Try and use the tiniest amount of cement here so it doesn't fog up. That's in, right. Yeah, hopefully don't get too much. Right, so where are we up to? We've done the doors. And then number 3 is putting it all together. Ooh. So how many of them have we got then? On this side we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on each side. To clean these ones up as well, I think, a little bit. Javelin, I think I've got one in my stash somewhere upstairs. I'll have to have a look. But I don't think it's Nova, I think it's Arc. I'll have to have a look, I can't remember now. I'll have a little look. Well, I never knew that about the glider. I thought the glider went, so maybe I can't use this one then for the group build. I swear I thought it was. I never knew that. Well, if I can't use this for the group build, it doesn't matter. Just putting the glass in at the moment. As I said, there's a little bit of flash on them. Oh, 10 people watching. If you're watching and you haven't commented yet, please say hi. These aren't sitting as nice as what they did on the door, to be fair. I wonder where my other tweezer set's gone. Let's get the tweezer set out. I've done a video on this tweezer set. It is absolutely fantastic. It's a really good tweezer set by Pixnor. I've been in contact with somebody who actually makes these, and all they do is brand them as Pixnor. I was thinking of buying them and putting Moz 6510 on them and giving them away as prizes. slotting in quite nice now. So I just had a thought. It's going to be a bit of a 1, 2, 3. How many's on the other side? Oh, there's only 4 on the other side. That's right then. No, I think they had to leave. I think the group build when I envisioned it, it was going to be any vehicle or any vehicle, whether it's plane or oh darn it, any plane or any vehicle that left the UK over the White Cliffs of Dover to France or into Italy or even in Africa. Ah, well, I've gone wrong there then. Just putting the tiniest amount of cement around the glass using capillary action, so when you just put a little drop on, hopefully the cement will go round and hold the glass in. That one's come out again. Try and fix that one back into position. Come on. Push in. Then the rest will pop out. Destroying my life. There we go. Right. Leave them to dry, and then we have the final side, which has 4. Used for training purposes. Do you know what? That means I don't think I can use this for the group build. That's a shame. Training purposes only. That one's glued in. What sort of kit you thinking of building then, Jamie? $22 went to Canada. Well, it's obvious. We send a lot of stuff to Canada. And the wet then was sent to the US to use during the war. During the war. Well, I thought I was on to a winner with this kit. Am I right in saying that those that were in this glider, they never had parachutes? Am I right in saying that they basically crash landed them, where, or in any glider they never had? FCP, flat cap photographer, good evening. Getting the Avro Shackleton. That's a good kit. Right, so all the glass is now glued in to position. Let's give this a quick coat of matte 78. Maybe it's not quite. Blue tack. Oh. Bit of a glue dot on there. That will do. Yeah, gliders were there to land. Very brave lads who did that. Yeah, I can imagine. Very, very brave. They're not sticking on that glue dot very well. Better. I'm not too worried about the inside. Just thought I'd give it a quick coat. So not really. Normally my rule of thumb when it comes to building model kits is that if I can't see it when it's built, I don't generally paint or worry about it. My real feel and my real thoughts of model kit building is to actually see what it looks like on the outside, the finished job on the outside. I've seen people, they spend hours, don't they? Spend hours looking on the, getting the inside looking perfect, and then there's nothing to it, is there? You can't see it once it's all closed up. How you doing with the lockdown? I'm doing okay. I'm furloughed, and so I'm able to do a bit of modelling, bit in the garden. Most like everything really, it's something that we all have to deal with in our own way. Unfortunately, I've got things to do, with my eBay and everything else. I've got plenty to get on with. I'm not too worried about how it looks inside really. I'm just trying to put a little bit of colour in so that if you do actually go looking inside, you'll see it. White Cliffs of Dover. This includes any vehicle that came out of the British Isles in World War II. This can also include American vehicles based in the UK and anything British. Okay, that's fair enough. I thought it had to have gone to Germany on there. What's everyone's favourite scale of building? 172, 148, 124, 135, or was it 130? Yeah, 135 for the tanks, or 176 scale for the tanks, or even do you like the 144s? I imagine those who've done a Concorde prefer a 144, don't they? Oh, it's just plugged in. Around it goes. Another quick coat. 124 for cars, I do enjoy, yeah. I can imagine that. I was trying to think what when I did a Jag. No, I didn't. I didn't do a Jag. What did I do? The Beetle, the starter kit Beetle from Airfix not so long ago. I can't remember what size that was. I think that was 1 to 35 scale. I enjoyed that. That was a nice little build. Yeah, I bought some tin paint and I sprayed it, and the finish was crap. Absolute crap. Very disappointed in that. It's from a tin as well. I bought it like a Halfords tin, but I think it was more like Home Bargain. Yeah, absolute crap. I'll go and get it in a minute. You can see how bad it was. Just reacted as well. In fact, reacted quite poorly actually. I like the idea of the 100 scale. Is it Tamiya that do a range of 1 to 100 scale planes? I think it's, if you look up Tamiya, they do quite a range of 1 to 100 scale planes. I'm sure they do. Let's get the old hairdryer out again. Yeah, there are techniques in there if you wanted to prevent breakages, but yeah, the smaller bits they can break quite easily. I'll give you that much. Finish this one off. How's that one? Oh no, that's a shame. That one's come out. Luckily it landed on my lap. So are the rest glued in? It's just that one there, is it? That one didn't quite glue in proper. Turn around. Oh, come on. Perfect. Fighter aircraft are not too small and bomber aircrafts are not too big. Let's get that in a little bit more. Right, hopefully that will now set. Oh, what have I just done, you silly sod? Oh, do you see that then? I wasn't paying attention, I was looking at the model. I have to clean it up in a minute. Did you? I can't believe I just done that. I was busy looking away. Luckily, with acrylics, you can't beat the old baby wipe. Stanley blade or handle clippers? I prefer clippers. Sprue cutters. I've done a video on all sorts of sprue cutters. Because remember, there's two types of sprue cutter. They're single-edged or twin-edged. That means that one side is flat and the other's got the edge on it. If it's twin-edged, they both cut. And I don't care what anyone says, the more you pay, the more crap they get. I've got a pair of Games Workshop ones, which I paid megabucks for. Where are the two? I think they're over here. So these are the these are Citadel, so Model Workshop ones. Now, my beef with them, if you watch a video, I explain to you what my beef is one, they're just so slippery. When you pick them up, you've got to open up your hand and you've got to twist to pick them up. And also, when you pick them up, you're in that position there. So normally what happens is you pick them up like that, then you've got to pull them to get the right sort of angle, the dangle sort of thing. All right? But with these ones, you pick them up, they've got a nice silicone or rubber handle to them, and they just fit in your hand lovely. With the Citadel one, you've always got to keep them slightly shut. That's why I got elastic band around them, just so that it gives them a little bit more comfortable. But these are twin-edged, so they're edged both sides, and these Tamiya ones, which I paid like 19 quid plus about £8 postage from Japan, so you got Tamiya on them, they fit nice. But if you go to Dave Coley Emporium, he's brought out his own pair, and they are, honestly, they're exactly the same, and I think they're about 8 quid. Dave Coley Emporium. Tell him that Moz from Moz6510 Models sent you. They are, they say, they exactly, they haven't got Tamiya written on them. There you go, Tamiya, Craft Tools. They are basically the same. And I use these both all the time. But the Citadel ones, I don't really bother with them, per se. So, yeah. Right, so that's done. I'll give this one a little coat, a little bit more of a coat. Can't believe I put that in the... Oh. There you go, you see, when you're concentrating on other things. I normally put Mr. Colour Thinner before I paint with acrylics. But this is just a really quick job, because I just wanted to put a bit of colour inside. Alright. Bit of a tickly cough there. So, we're there now with that. So, where's me baby white? Pretty sure the woman down at the chemist thinks I'm pregnant, because I buy these all the time. I'm not pregnant, but I've got kids. I've got a young baby. I haven't. Just buy them all the time. I don't even dip them in water. I just squeeze out the... That's it. Paintbrush cleaned. I don't really bother with water. So that's done. So hopefully we're getting there somewhere. I think that needs a little bit more on the hairdryer. He's dried up nice, and then just give us a little dry. I think they're both dry now. Yeah, you can't go wrong with Dave Coley. He's a good, honest man. He is. If I ever had a shop like him, I'd be well happy. One day, maybe. Trouble is that suppliers don't want to supply to you unless you've got a brick and mortar shop, and I don't think brick and mortar is going to be the way forwards. I'm afraid it's all going to go online. Just sand up the edges here to make sure there's no paint on the edge. Now I'm going to look at this and see how they've done it. So basically the doors go in on the outside, it looks like. So the doors will fit. Actually, maybe it's different door, different size. Let's have a look. So there's one door there. Turn them over. Try and get a bit of... Make sure that's about right. Not too worried if they don't look perfect because it's canvas, isn't it? Don't look too perfect. There's the first door in. There's the second door. It's not too bad a fit. I don't think it can be. Can't knock it too much. Everybody else do this with their brush on top? No? Oh, I don't know. Fits perfect. Are we in focus? Hope so. This camera's quite good for keeping focus. Focus! Perfect. Yeah, Jamie, he's worth checking out, Dave. He really is worth checking out. But I think that's not a bad price, to be honest. You know, I think if I can't remember. It's quite a while ago, but yeah, because I bought them for the video. I bought a whole different range. There were some crap ones, there were some good ones, and ultimately, when you cut with them, you don't, you can cut close, but sometimes they end up pulling and stretching the sprue slightly, or the lug of the sprue. And this before you take the part off. But yeah, you can't beat them. £7.50, 19 quid. They were dear because I had to get them from Japan, so they're definitely worth buying. If you did like the video or you're liking this, just click like so I know that you are paying attention and watching it and enjoying it. Just wondering. That fits together like so. That just slot in on top. Like that. Oh, it's gone in too far now. Pull that up. Pull that in. Pull it up, pull it in. Let me begin. That's in there. Pull him up. Will you go over? Have I got to glue it fast? There we go. Come on. Not too far forward. Swing him around. There he is. He's in position. Perfect. Look at that. It's not a big kit, is it? I thought it would be bigger. No. only a few little pieces. I just wanted something quick to build. I'm still halfway through my lightning. Still need to get that done at one point. Because the trouble is I'm spraying it, and I don't know whether you feel the same as me, but when you airbrush, it's such a faff. Because you have to clean out the airbrush. Rah sort of thing. It's not looking too bad. Just clipped it in nice there. Just go over that slightly. I think the front's going to need a little bit of filler. What do we do before we add Tamiya extra thin? What do we do? Make a huge mess. Ooh. Ooh. Bit of cleanup needed just underneath when the glue's dried. Just want to move that one to the front there. I can get in under here. One in the center there. While I'm waiting for that to dry, these are shockingly shite. If you ever buy these, do not bother. They've got very limited usage. Some of them have got like a proper like rubber finish, and some are like a hard plastic. They're even worse. But yeah, I don't, you know, these ones are better. These ones are fantastic. I don't even know where I got them from. I think I was out shopping one day and I saw them and I think, ah. Yeah, nice to see you, Matt. Thanks for joining in. Just leave a like before you go. And that's it. Just so that if you want wondering, this is the Lightning at the moment. It's had a bit of an undercoat, and it's had the what's it called? I can't think what the colour is now. Sea grey for the top. I have here somewhere the gull grey to go underneath, and I'm spraying that all in. This is all covered up because it's got chrome. I've chromed the front of it, and I've just put that in there. But yeah, this top bit needs to be done in blue, but I just haven't got around to it yet. But it's coming on now. It's a lovely kit. Before I go into it, you know, you notice there's a gap there, which I didn't notice when I first started to spray it, because actually it was, you know, I just didn't quite notice it. So I'm going to put a little bit of filler in there, scratch that off before I finally sort out that. But yeah, I did not see that when I was doing the kit. It disappointed me because When I did it, it enclosed lovely, but it looks like it's just it's definitely straight from the back end. It's definitely straight, but there's that little gap there, you bugger. Came from nowhere. So I don't know, yeah, I'm going to put a little bit of putty in there, just the tiniest bit of filler, rub it back, put the tiniest bit of this, I'll decant some of this spray off, just dabble it in there so I don't do too much. And there, so yeah, it is coming on the Lightning. It's a very, very nice kit, recommend it, recommend it. So yeah, that's what I'm up to. It's gluing nice. Just want to look at the front of this. Is it supposed to have a point on the front, which is like a toe-in clip? Just to make sure. No. No. Where's me? Let me just your modelling tray, useful and how much? This modelling tray is fantastic. I'm on the bench, right? I used to be on the other bench over to the right here, but I wanted, because I was always standing up, and I thought I need to sit down and do models properly. So sitting down here is better. Unfortunately, I can't have a spray booth in this room because it's enclosed. I do have a fireplace, but if you actually think about it, you for it to go up the chimney, you need heat, if you know what I mean, and you need big fans. So it's just no point. There's no reason, rhyme or reason. So we built it into the conservatory. I've got a modelling booth in a spray booth in the conservatory, and so I thought I need something where I can actually just move around with. And this is the Humbro workstation, and I think they're 21 quid, but you don't get the mat with it, so you've got to find a cutting mat, an A4 size cutting mat to fit in it, or you can buy their ones. But be honest with you, them cutting mat is no different to the £2.99 one I got from the local Hobbycraft. I think it was £2.99. Fits lovely. It is fantastic. If you want to see a video on it, go and visit Humbro, YouTube Humbro workstation, and it tells you everything about it. Because as soon as I saw it on there, I bought one. I got mine on eBay, and I think I paid £21 for it. So yeah, they're on Amazon as well. Um, they tend to run out of stock, then they come in. But you can paint and put thinners on this, and it will all come off. The plastic is good, solid plastic. We can see here, there's you can see quite clearly. Let's put them down out the way to save them. These fit the Humbro paints, so they won't fit Tamiya paints very well, and they don't fit they fit the Humbro tins, they fit the Humbro acrylics, and they fit the tiny little ones that you get for starter kits. They fit nothing else. Okay, just the bigger trays. You can get these little small trays that fit in there nice. So we're gonna mix stuff. They fit in there. But these fit really the Humbro weathering and Decalfix, etc. They fit in there nice, and you could put a cup in there or whatever in there as well. I think the cans fit? Yeah, the cans fit as well. It's all sorts. They do fit some things, and up there is for your what are they called, brushes and whatnot. So yeah, but I tend to use these sort of brands anyway. But yeah, I've just ordered on Airfix. They've released a tank today, and I'm pretty sure when I get it, it's going to be an Academy one. I was just looking in my emails now. I can't remember. Wasn't that one? It was this one, wasn't it? It should be due this week. Bought it. Yeah, it's due this week. Is that drying quite well? Not happy with that at the end there. I might just dabble some glue in there. Just squeeze them in a bit tight. There you go. Whoops. Perfect. That seems to have glued quite nice. Right, so there you go. That's the first part of this, all glued up. It's going to need a bit of work doing to it. I'm going to do a bit of sanding to it. But yeah, how long have I been on for? Has it been an hour doing this? Just doing bits of a kit. It's amazing how long how long you get involved in a kit. Basically I've just done the fuselage tonight and put some glass in the hose. But yeah, it's a start, isn't it? I'll tell you what did come today, which I was quite looking forward to reading. Some more reading material. Let's move this out of the way. Put that back in the box. Look at that. This came today. This is an Arthur Ward classic kit from Airfix to Tamiya. AMT. Quite a bit. Go in the distance, the classic brands. Wow. 2004 this was printed. So when was this one? Oh, must be first edition. Look at that. What a good little book this is to add to my collection of Arthur Ward books. Yeah, look at that. Airfix. Look at that. The original Brian Knight art for Airfix 00 Astronaut, dating from 1969. So, bit of evening reading help me. That's a lovely picture, that, isn't it? The 1/48 scale submarine, submarine Spitfire Mark 8C. Lovely box art, isn't it? And obviously we all know that one, don't we? The Avro Vulcan B Mark II crumbs. Yeah, that came today in my kit. Well, I think that's it tonight. 7 viewers. How many likes have we had? I don't know how many likes we've had. So look on my computer here. Oh, we've had 9 likes. Thank you so much for the 9 people that have liked this. If this is popular, I might do it every couple of nights and doing a build. But I think an hour is a bit boring, really. I need to find a way of speeding up. But yeah, I think that's it. I've got very little else to say. I'll leave that one now, and I'll do some more work on it tomorrow and get it all looking a bit tidier. But yeah, that's the start of my book. Is there a book about the artwork on the model box lids? Some are really well drawn. There is. There is a book that's based on the artist who did most of the box sets. I think it's mentioned in the James May show. I think it was the story, the toys that made us. He shows the book in there. It's not cheap, I don't think. I think that there's a lot printed, but I think there were a lot of money. So, but yeah, if you like this video, click like. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Thank you very much for watching. I'm Moz, and I hope you've enjoyed the first part of this build and me yabbering on. And I will see you hopefully in the next video. Cheers.